everybody, my name is Phillip Shepard. I'm a local real estate agent located right here in Northwest Arkansas. And today we're doing something a little different, a little fun. We're going over what words do you need to know that I kind of made a mistake in. What words do you need to know before you move to Northwest Arkansas? So let's talk about that. But before we begin, if you could like this video and also subscribe, that would make the world of difference. I try to produce as much content as humanly possible about Northwest Arkansas, obviously. Also, if you're thinking about coming down here, you're checking out Northwest Arkansas, seeing if it's the place for you, I made something called the NWA Starter Pack. It sounds exactly what it is. It's literally a starter pack for Northwest Arkansas. So maybe you're thinking about, like, what are the hospitals like? What are the schools like? What are all the cool things to do in all the different cities? What are all the cities around here? I went ahead and made something called the NWA Starter Pack. It's literally a package I shipped right to your home. So enter your information below. Obviously, name, address, where can I ship this package to? Where can this package go to? So enter your information below and I'll make sure to get the package shipped to you right away. Also, just a side note, it comes with your first free mountain bike, so that's pretty cool. And it's my favorite 4-letter F word, free! So enter your information below and I'll make sure to get the package shipped to you right away. All right, so we're gonna talk about some of the mistakes that I made moving down to Northwest Arkansas and some of the words that I had to learn when I moved here. So we're gonna go through some words and then there's gonna be a bonus round as well, so definitely stay around for the bonus round. That's my favorite. But so let's go through some of the words that you need to know when you move to Northwest Arkansas. All right, the first one we need to talk about is, I'm gonna pronounce it properly, it's the Oz Trails, OZ Trails. So when I first moved here, I was like, what are these OZ Trails? What are these OZ Trails about? And I mentioned that to somebody, they're like, what? What are you talking about? It's the Oz Trails. And so it is a spinoff of The Wizard of Oz and kind of like the wonderness and the mysteriousness of Oz itself. It's obviously a very big branding thing. When I first moved here, I'm like, I don't know what these OZ Trails are. I was thinking like Ozarks, of course, and like Oz and Wizard of Oz, so I wasn't sure. So I was thinking like OZ Trails. No. When you come down here, Oz Trails. It's the Oz Trails. So do not make the mistakes I did. Oz Trails. So that's the first thing I had to learn pretty quickly, Oz Trails. So just know that when you see the big flags flying everywhere, they built something new called the Castle. If you're driving down 49, there's this massive like biking paradise on 49, the major highway. There's just a massive flag. You cannot miss it. It says the Oz Trails up there. So when someone says to you, you are part of the Oz Trail system around here. And we're sticking to a trail outdoorsy theme. There's a mountain range just south of Fayetteville in kind of central Arkansas called the Ouachita Mountains. And it is spelled, I'm gonna look at my computer here, O-U-A-C-H-I-T-A-S. Well, let me tell you what I thought it was. Ochawacha, or I was like, you know what? I butchered it hardcore. Someone just laughed at me and said, you mean the Ouachitas? I'm like, yeah, that one. That's what I'm trying to say. So let's pronounce it together. Ouachitas. Ouachitas. Starts with an O. Sounds like a W to me. I don't make the rules for English. Kind of wish I did. But the Ouachitas. So you might have to pronounce it with me a little bit, the Ouachitas. Anyways, that's the big mountain range in like kind of central Arkansas that holds Pinnacle as well, or actually kind of Nebo, which is a big mountain in kind of like central Arkansas. So, but they spread across all the way over to Oklahoma. And so yeah, anyways, long story short, Ouachitas. Just, that's how you pronounce that one. And now we're jumping over to sports. So obviously sports, kind of a big deal around here. Fayetteville, kind of a college town, Arkansas. Everyone focuses on the Razorbacks. So when I first rolled into town, everyone had WPS everywhere. WPS. No idea what that meant. No idea. So after the course of time, I realized it's Woo Pig Suey. Woo Pig Suey, WPS. So when you see that initial WPS, it means Woo Pig Suey. So that is the call, the chant, the rally cry for the Razorbacks, which is obviously the sports team located in NWA, Fayetteville, but all of Arkansas, honestly. A lot of people in Missouri follow the Razorbacks, Oklahoma, even parts of Texas. And so, yeah, Razorback fandom goes far and wide. There was one time last year, someone sent me a video of a Caribbean cruise of the Razorbacks playing in the Caribbean. Like they were in the Caribbean, they're on a cruise in the Caribbean, and they were watching the Razorbacks on the TV. And there was a massive crowd in the actual like, you know, the cruise itself going crazy for the Razorbacks. So I'm like, the fandom goes wild, and the WPS, the Woo Pig Suey, it travels all the way to the Caribbean, evidently. Whoa, before we jump on to the next point, I have something brand new called Instant Home Updates. So maybe you're looking to move down to Northwest Arkansas, looking to rent, looking to buy, and you're using things like Realtor.com or Zillow.com. Way too slow. Notifications, way too slow. So I made something called Instant Home Updates. Sounds exactly what it is. It's Instant Home Updates. So that just makes sure that you don't miss a single notification, a single home, a single rental, all in Northwest Arkansas. So enter your information below, square footage, bedrooms, bathrooms. What are you looking for? So enter your information below and I'll make sure you don't miss a single notification all of Northwest Arkansas. Also, every single Friday I send an email out just kind of talking about all things Northwest Arkansas, all things NWA. So if you want to keep updated with all the musicians coming here, all the comedians, all the cool events coming here, some of the Broadway plays, all the upcoming music events for the 2023 year, enter your email below. Every single Friday I send an email just kind of keeping up to date with all things Northwest Arkansas. But a little side note, you will get a little fear of missing out because you're obviously missing all the cool things that are happening here. So sorry, not sorry. But I'll make sure you're the most informed person eventually when you make your way down to Northwest Arkansas. And now we're gonna head over to some towns. So this is probably the most common thing I hear about how towns are pronounced around here. So let's start with the top of the list and we're gonna work our way down to some more complicated ones. So the first one we need to talk about is Lowell. When I first moved here, I thought it was Lowell. I'm trying to save you the embarrassment that I went through. Lowell, not Lowell. Oh my gosh, I almost forgot there. So Lowell is wedged between Rogers and Springdale, kind of a small town. It is really close to J.B. Hunt and Tyson headquarters. It's kind of like off the offshoot between, anyways. It's over there between Rogers and Springdale, but it's pronounced Lowell, not Lowell. So watch out for that one. The next one is probably the most common one, misspoken, misspelled, missaid around the area. I was victim to this as well. It is Siloam Springs. When I first moved here, I thought it was Siloam Springs. I've heard so many variations of it, and I am for sure on the record it is Siloam Springs. So just to keep that in mind when you're looking to buy in Siloam, don't say Siloam Springs like I happen to do, so watch out for that one. All right, so we're going up to Bentonville now, over to the west-hand side, and we're going to look at a small town named Gravette. Now, when I first moved here, I thought it was Gravette. No, it's Gravette. That's how I know it. That's how I've kind of like that's how I remind myself. It's Gravette, not Gravette. So I don't know if that's a minor detail, but that's how I know it to be pronounced is Gravette, not Gravette. Does anyone care? I don't even know about that one per se, but I know people get really upset about the Siloam Springs and some other ones like Lowell versus Lowell. But so Gravette, not Gravette. Wow, that is such a small difference. I don't think it makes a difference, but I was corrected at one point, so I figured I should pass it on to you. And the last one we need to talk about when it comes to location specifically, and you should know this by now, but it's NWA, and that stands for Northwest Arkansas. So obviously NWA, Northwest Arkansas, very special area in the world and also in America. Definitely a diamond that no one knows about, and obviously a lot of people are moving here, but it is still by far a very, very unknown thing. And so that's what NWA is. It stands for Northwest Arkansas. And let's move it over into the bonus round, my favorite round, of course. So let's talk about 3 of these for the bonus round. And these are kind of, So anyways, the first one we need to talk about, and these are gonna actually kind of be pushed together. There's 2 major highways called 412 and 612. Now, caveat, this is more of a me thing and maybe some California stuff, even though I'm from Chicago, but I started calling them the 412 and the 612, very like 612, 412. And so that is not the correct way to say them. It is 412 and 612. That is probably such a minute amount of people, but I remember I was telling someone like, oh, I'm gonna get in the 412. They're like, what? You know? And so it is pronounced 412 and 612. So just keep that in mind. And last but certainly not least, we need to talk about the abbreviation when it comes to Fayetteville. If you say Fayetteville, in some cases Bentonville, but mostly Fayetteville. People say it very fast here, and it becomes Fay-vull. Fay-vull. That's just a very, I would say, native thing here. People started saying Fay-vull. I'm like, what? Fay-vull what? And so even me, I've actually caught myself saying Fay-vull versus like Fayetteville. Fay-vull. Keep that in mind. If you hear someone say that, definitely someone who's been here a little bit longer, they might end up saying Fayetteville or Bentonville versus Fayetteville. And sometimes, why do you need to throw that extra syllable in there? It's just words. Words are nothing, obviously. So Fay-vull, Bentonville, NWA, Lowell. Wow, there's actually a trend here. Oh my gosh. So watch out for those words when you come down to Northwest Arkansas, NWA. All right, that's all I have for you guys today. Again, if you are thinking about coming down to Northwest Arkansas, download my 3-day itinerary link below. Maybe you're an adventurer, maybe you're a sports person, maybe you're a foodie, maybe you're a sightseer, maybe you have kids. There's a 3-day itinerary link down below for you. So go ahead and download it, use it when you get down here. Also, when you do come down here, I can give you the $10 tour so I can kind of share around the whole area. Plus, we can check out some homes for sale or for rent and see how far your dollar will go in Northwest Arkansas compared to where you're coming from. All right, guys, I'll see you in the next one.